Now, hello everyone and welcome back to another Airline 320 video. Now, a couple days ago, I heard that someone decided to make the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 in real life. So I decided, why not check that out, and go on an aeroplane. So that's what I did. And it turned out that the hotel I was staying in was literally right opposite an airport. So we're going to do some plane spotting today and just, in general, do some aeroplaning, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about context here. This is kind of like another Wizz Air review as well. So our flight today is going to take us from London Luton Airport in the United Kingdom to Bordeaux Airport in the south of France, on board of the beautiful airline of Wizz Air. Now, what's actually funny is the plane that I flew on to Bordeaux was the exact same plane that we flew on the Wizz Air review. So, and it's the exact same seat as well. So we're gonna literally just be like, yeah, that blew my mind when that happened. Anyway, so without any more yapping, really, let's get straight into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, and yeah, let's go. Now everybody, here we are sat on runway 25 of Luton Airport on board of our beautiful Airbus A321neo, registered Golf Whiskey Uniform November Alpha. Now as we take off down the runway, you might see that the camera footage is a little bit shaky, and yes, that is because of the winds. It was a very windy day today. As you can see, we were being thrown side to side, and obviously when we get in the air it's going to be quite shaky. Here we go, taking off, and immediately pretty much you'll see that we have to correct quite a lot, probably because of some kind of turbulence maybe caused by the land below us. And obviously here we are taking off out of Luton, flying over the M1 motorway in a second, as we depart to the west and then head south. And I didn't really expect to be making this video, so I didn't really record too much. I wanted this as an introduction video anyway, but basically I will talk you through the landing in a second. Let's go. Now here we are on our approach into the beautiful airport of Bordeaux. Now here we are. It was quite a blustery day in Bordeaux. It was only 15 degrees and it was quite rainy. It wasn't very pleasant. But here we are on approach into the runway 29. Is it? No, 23. Sorry, 23. So the southerly runway. Well, it's kind of southerly. I'm not really too sure. Anyway, I'll shut up so you can watch this landing. And yes, Wizz Air not disappointing, with a beautiful landing into Bordeaux Merignac Airport. Now, I was extremely shocked to basically taxi past original Airbus Belugas and stuff like that. So there was there's more footage here of planes, but I'll talk you through what we saw. So there was an Airbus Beluga, there was an Airbus A340-500, there was actually a Dassault Mercure, which is really cool. There were two Airbus Belugas, in fact, A310 Airbus Belugas. And yes, there is a KLM 737 taxiing. Now, I just wanted to make this as a short, but then I figured, actually, if I lock in, I can get some really decent footage out of this whole trip. So let's just watch some planes take off. Now, it will be horizontal in a second. I've got a couple more horizontal videos, which was supposed to be shorts. This was a YouTube short. You might have seen this. But I ended up finding a better spotting spot, so I was like, let's make a proper video out of this. And here we have the Volotea A320 absolutely buttering the landing. It was quite wet that day, and this was just really scenic. I was just like, let's experiment. So here we go. This was another YouTube short. I should be a professional cameraman and stuff. So I woke up the next day and it was very, very cloudy. I was like, well, this isn't really going to be too great for plane spotting. But as you'll see in a second, the weather got really, really nice. Yes, here it is clearing up. It ended up being about 23 degrees, I think, that day. So it was a very nice day. And now I start actually recording properly. This is where I was like, let's make a proper video. So here we have an Airbus A320 by EasyJet Europe. And I think it might have been flying somewhere like, I can't even remember. And as you can see in the background there, you can see an Airbus A310, which was very cool. But let's watch this plane take off. Now, unfortunately, there was a lot of noise going on around me, so I've just decided to mute the video, probably of the last few ones. But you could kind of hit, like the windows were rattling every single time a plane took off. Like you'd be in the middle of the night and then you just hear the windows rattling and it'd be like, oh, it's another plane. Apologies for the camera as well. I am shooting on my phone, which is a Samsung A55. So the camera's not massively great, but I'm not a professional plane spotter, okay? The nearest airport to me is almost an hour away. It's not like I can just spawn at the airport every day, so that's why I don't have a proper camera. And this is actually, I think, the first time I've gone properly plane spotting as well, which is cool. I've only ever shot planes, or not shot planes, but you know what I'm saying. I've only ever taken videos of planes when I've been at an airport about to fly. And there's that plane taking off. Now this is, I went outside. I decided to venture outside into the wilderness for this one. I'm sure there were a lot of confused car drivers and stuff. They were like, what in the world is this guy doing standing on a hill? The cars are very loud as well. They were probably like, what in the world is this guy doing? And there was a helicopter flying over my head at this time as well. Anyway, my camera is so bad, so sorry about that. Now this was nice. This was a nice video. A British Airways A321 from London Gatwick. A beautiful sunset arrival. And it gently lands on the runway 2. Oh, what runway was it? I think it's 23, but I'm not too sure. It was a runway 2 something anyway. And here we have a Lufthansa A319 from either Munich or Frankfurt. I can't remember. I think it was Frankfurt, but yeah, I don't really know. As it flies in beautifully and makes a decent landing. Now, unfortunately, that's all I managed to get because there wasn't too many planes flying about. Of course, the day after I left, there was an A350 and an A330-900 that flew in, so I was really sad about that. Anyway, let's enjoy this takeoff out of Bordeaux, runway something. It was the opposite runway to what we landed on because the winds decided to change last minute. And I also had a screaming baby in front of me as well. I was not very happy on this flight. And here we go, taking off right next to the Airbus Beluga and friends. Oh, there was a Caravelle as well. I think it was a Caravelle. And yes, into the airs of life. There's another Airbus Beluga down there. Does anyone know the reason why there's Airbus Belugas, by the way, at Bordeaux? Let me know if you do. That would be really helpful. I have no idea what they were doing there. They're old, so they're never going to fly again. Anyway, a nice takeoff and now a landing into Luton Airport, where this was filmed right in the middle of Storm Dave, I think it was called. So I was really looking forward to this approach. It was very, very bumpy. As you can see, it was To be fair, my phone's got very good camera stabilization, so it doesn't fully amplify the wind and stuff like that. But it was very windy. I was being thrown about. It was quite hard to keep the camera still. And spoiler alert, we had quite a hard landing. So let's watch the approach. Now this time of year is when the world's at its most beautiful, isn't it? You've got the yellowy fields over there, all the trees of colour because they're getting their leaves, and it's just very nice landing into a spring really. So here we go, about to land. We barely even flare, to be honest, but I'm sure the pilot was doing what was necessary. This did look like it was a flaps 3 landing, which would be done to keep more control of the plane in the speeds of the wind and stuff like that. That made no sense. And now I am seeing I've got another horizontal video, so sorry about that. Okay, so an Airbus A320 from Paris by Air Baguette. Yes. I did select all these videos to play in chronological order, but it hasn't. And there's quite a hard landing, I'd say. Yeah, quite a hard landing indeed. But that is going to be it for today. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you did. I know I certainly had a good time with this. I was not expecting my hotel literally to be right in front of the airport runway. So that was magnificent. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Thank you.